Welcome to the Season 3 finale of the Business Matters podcast, brought to you from the Win Technology Studio. Thank you to our media sponsors, Home Tech by Mosaic. Let's start this thing off with some introductions. Well, my name is Lorenzo Wineza. I am the Young Professionals Director and the Business Engagement Coordinator for the Chamber. I've been here a little over 4 or 5-ish months, so fairly new, but loving every minute of it. And I will let you introduce yourself.
I'm Jake Curran. I'm the general manager of the Eau Claire Express. Just finished up my first season with the team just a few weeks ago, so
Awesome.
been exciting.
Yeah, it was a fun season. I know very, very, very little about baseball, but the times I do go to Express games, I'm like, this is why people do it. I understand. So awesome. Thanks for joining us, Jake.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'll just give a brief overview of the episode's focus for today. We're going to look behind the scenes at the Eau Claire Express and what it takes to operate a summer collegiate baseball team, which I just learned the difference of. And then we'll also chit-chat about some sponsorships, ticket sales, to staffing, our fan experience, community partnerships, and the year-round planning that brings each season at Carson Park to life. So Jake, I guess if we want to start things off, do you want to give us a brief history of the Eau Claire Express?
Yes, so like you said, Eau Claire Express, it's a summer collegiate baseball team in a league, the Northwoods League, that now is about 26 teams big.
Okay, cool.
The Express started, this was the 21st season if you count the year off for COVID.
Okay, yep.
So decently well established, and it been in the league for a long time. The only team that has had the same manager for the whole time it's existed.
Really?
Yeah, our manager Dale has been with since day one, and
Awesome.
There's no other team that maybe a team that's 1 year old has.
Sure,
right. No other teams had the same guy throughout. So that's that consistency has been great.
That's awesome.
For the Express. A lot of big names that have come through the team that have gone on to play in the MLB, including some guys that are still there right now. So that's also always great to see. There was actually the World Series last year had a guy on each team that had played for the Express.
Oh, that's awesome.
So.
I was at those games, and I wish I would have known history, and this is my issue. I get invited to things, and I know very little or no ball knowledge, and then I'm there. But it's awesome to hear that Eau Claire has some representation out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Very, very cool. Can you tell me a little bit about what goes into operating a summer collegiate baseball team while also balancing the games itself, the entertainment, the overall fan experience? Because that is one thing Eau Claire Express does so well is that the fans have the best time from wherever you are sitting, if it's behind home plate or if you're in the fan deck or wherever it is. So if you want to share a little bit about that.
Yeah, quite a bit goes into that operation. Yeah. And like you said, there's that balance between the baseball and the entertainment and everything, which is something that a minor or an MLB team doesn't have to deal with that. Everybody's there for the baseball. I guess I wouldn't say deal with that, but doesn't have to think about that as much. Whereas at this level, you need to provide more of a holistic experience to the fans, because some of them are there for the baseball, but some of them are there for that community interaction or a social experience, or maybe they're out on the fan deck in an exclusive area trying to network with people. Yep. So there's a lot more different aspects of why somebody's coming to the game.
Right.
So you need to make sure that you're providing all of those to the fans.
Right. Yeah.
And so there are a lot of different things that we have to think about, from in between inning games to, celebrating our own achievements as a team, providing stats to people, rosters, what is going to satisfy each individual, and how do we execute that?
Yeah. And I think you guys do an amazing job about it. Every game that I've gone to, I've either met with Craig or Mike. Those are the two owners, right?
Two of the
owners.
Yep.
But yeah, they always come by and shake my hand. They introduce themselves to the folks that are around, and I think it makes just the experience is already incredible, but it just gives that extra what do they call it? There's I can't remember, but it really enhances the experience for folks, and I think it just makes you want to come back that much more, which I think is awesome. And
Right.
it's all of your staff, I will say, from the front gates, they're super welcoming and super like high energy and awesome. And then you get to like ticketing, and it's still that same high energy all the
Yeah.
way like out to the ball field. And I think that's incredible that you guys like your efforts in curating an awesome experience are very much coming through. So
Yeah, definitely. We try to make sure that everybody's, like you said, as welcoming as possible,
Yeah.
and understands that we're only there because of the fans.
Right.
So we have to do whatever we can
Yeah.
to make the fans happy.
yeah. Speaking of the fans, what makes Eau Claire and Carson Park such a unique market?
Yeah. Well, I would say Carson Park itself, being such a historic stadium,
Mhm.
and a well-maintained historic stadium,
Mm-hmm.
that there's that history piece of people like Hank Aaron coming through there and playing in the same spaces that everybody still is,
Mm-hmm.
Bob Uecker, all of that. And then, which also, with it being historic, provides its little quirks
Yeah.
of, different things around the park that you can't touch, that
Right.
because they have that historic piece, so it has to stay how it was, which makes it very unique.
Mhm.
A lot of other teams can, we want to change that. Let's change that. We have to work with it.
Yeah.
And then Eau Claire as a market, there's so much going on.
Always.
And so we have to work to not only compete with other things that are going on, but try to work with those other things as well, so that we're not totally clashing and both are struggling with
Mhm.
an attendance.
Right.
So we try to partner with various activities that are going on in the community for ticket packages and or ticket giveaways, so that we're benefiting each other and not fighting against each other.
Right. Yep. And I think you guys do an awesome job of doing that too. We bring our young professionals program out to the Express game every year, and that is a huge hit. It is awesome that you guys partner with so many folks out in the community and different businesses and such. And even the chamber has benefited from that, because we bring our young professionals program out, or group out, every year, and those folks will bring their families and they'll bring other friends, and it's just, like you said, it's super great, because you'll see all of those other businesses that either have like stands that are there, or they bring their groups in, and it's just like kind of like the ultimate like community building environment. And I think sports do that with people too, which
Definitely.
is super cool. Yeah. So with ticket sales, sponsorships, concessions, how does that like all fit into the entire piece of like supporting the season?
Yeah. So, unfortunately, there's a lot of expenses with it.
Oh yeah.
From just our busing. I mean, we had to go all the way out to basically the Montana border of North Dakota. We had a game all the way out there.
Wow. Okay.
So there's a lot of things like that we have to pay for.
Right.
Hotels that we have to pay for, meals for the teams. So a lot of things that we don't have a choice on.
Right. Yeah.
And so getting all these different revenue streams from things like tickets and sponsors and concessions, that's really what helps get us through the season and make sure that we can provide the season to everybody. So yeah, every piece of it's important.
Right.
It kind of starts with the ticket sales, because that's what gets people in the door, but a lot of the other things matter quite a bit as well, because if we just sell the tickets, we're still not gonna make enough revenue.
Right. Yeah.
If people aren't buying food and drink or buying a T-shirt or things like that.
Yeah.
So all of it matters a lot.
Yeah. Do you guys partner with like local food vendors, or do you have your own? I guess I don't know how that works. Is it like your own catering or something?
Yes.
Service?
So we cook most of the food ourselves.
Oh, cool.
But we do there's a couple groups out, couple of companies that provide food for different areas on our fan deck.
Okay.
So Mancino's provides for one area, and J Ray's for another.
Okay.
So that takes a little bit off of our plate and provides a elevated experience for the people that are in those specific areas as well. And then we also partnered this year with Olson's Ice Cream to provide all of our ice cream for the summers. So that was a good partnership that helped us out a lot.
Yeah, lots of
as
local
well.
favorites that you listed there. So
Yeah.
that's super awesome. I do need to know who makes your potato salad because it is some of my favorite potato salad I've ever had, and I need to know the recipe.
It's I guess I think it's Miss Jerry's is the company.
Okay.
We get it through Indian Head Foods.
Okay, cool. Yep.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure Miss Jerry's is the actual company.
There we go. I'm keeping note of that one. So how do promotions and like entertainment, special events, help make like each game feel different?
Yeah, lot of those things change what goes into the game
Mm-hmm.
because different people that are sponsoring the game or promoting the game for us, they want a different thing
Mm.
out of their experience.
Right.
So some groups are providing a gate giveaway to the fans, which then you can tell which ones are
Mhm.
more either more promoted or more valuable to them
Sure,
because
yeah.
the lines
Yes.
get longer for
Yep.
them. But yeah, that makes a big difference. Then just some of the different promotions that we'll do on the field will change depending upon what game it is.
Mhm.
Just if you're listening to the PA script, that all of a sudden you're like, oh, I've not heard that one before. And
Yeah.
then you remember that it's that sponsors night.
Right. Yep.
So yeah, a lot of different things like that can change what happens throughout the game. And
Mhm.
and then the theme nights that we put on it
Mhm.
as well, where we're deciding that it's Christmas in July night, and
Fun. Yep.
that one got rained out this year, so I didn't get to see
Oh.
that. But just some different things that make
Yeah.
it unique.
Yeah. Not every game is the same, and
Yeah.
that's what people can like look forward to, which is super awesome.
Absolutely.
How do y'all handle like feedback from fans, whether it's good feedback or like constructive feedback?
Yeah. Typically, in this type of industry, you hear the negatives more than the positives,
yeah.
just from the nature of it. But we try to when we get those negatives, try to figure out how can we correct it.
Mm,
Certain things it's hard to correct until after the season,
sure. Yep.
just based on what it might take to, it might be something that we have to spend money on that we can't get that done
Mhm.
until the next year. But I mean, there's some little things that just from, this food item ran out
Yeah.
today.
Yep.
All right, well, let's just make sure we buy twice as much then
Sure.
for the next game.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, we usually try to address those feedback concerns as soon as possible.
Mhm.
Just certain things cost too much to
Right.
to get done.
Yeah. No, and I think you guys do an awesome job about it.
Yeah.
One of your coworkers, Avery,
Yeah.
she was helping, or she was my contact when we were planning our express game too. And I
Yeah.
was like, I'm so sorry, Avery. I'm going to have a lot of questions because I haven't done this before. But I think y'all do an amazing job of just like handling anything that gets thrown at you. And I've seen it live happen where you see someone sprinting up and down like a sidewalk or whatever it is, and down to like the email communications and everything in between. So props to you guys. I think you guys set a very good standard for that.
Thank
So when it comes to preparing for the season, how does Express recruit? I know you'd mentioned that it's a summer collegiate league.
Yep.
So I'm assuming all these guys are in school. But how do you recruit and then prepare for what the season's going to hold?
You're talking about players?
Yes, players, I guess, and then we can talk about staff after.
Yes. So Dale Varsho, our manager,
Mm-hmm.
he handles all of the player recruiting.
Okay.
He's actually already been on the phone
Looking for new people already.
for people for next season.
Wow.
Yeah, basically you got to start by September at the latest to start getting your roster in place, or you're going to lose out on some of the bigger schools
Okay.
and stuff like that. So he, and with being a 20 plus year vet,
Mhm.
he's got a lot of coaches that he knows. So he's going to call them up right away and see who who they've got this year that they're interested in sending.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, that's basically how that goes. And then a lot of times trying to get the guys to come back
Right.
the next year. But some people like to just do one summer in summer collegiate baseball and then be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Just depends on the person.
Are these
Um,
typically like younger college guys, or what is that?
Not necessarily, but basically they're all guys that are trying to improve their potential stock for going into professional baseball.
Okay.
So they're trying to get seen throughout the summer so that when they're getting drafted,
Mm-hmm.
they'll get drafted
Mhm.
or they'll get drafted higher or things like that.
Okay.
So that's a lot of times what they're trying to do is make a name for themselves so that the scouts
Okay. Yep.
are interested in them.
Cool. Very, very cool. And then how does it work for your staffing structure?
Yeah, so kind of similarly to our players, a lot of our main staff is college.
Okay.
So we bring in interns every summer that they basically become an extension of our front office
Hmm.
and help in executing the different areas of operation. So we're going to be putting those out probably by no later than October
Okay.
to start looking for our interns. Anything from stadium operations to photography, statistics.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of different areas of operations that we have to execute and need that extra help with interns, and then that becomes something for them that then they can translate that into full-time jobs in
Right.
sports.
Yeah.
And some people might be looking to go into something else too,
Mhm.
and utilizing this. But yeah, they put in a lot of hours for us throughout the summer. And then the rest of our staff is just local, mostly high school kids.
Wow.
So pretty much most of our, almost all of our concession staff were in high school.
That's crazy. That's so fun to
and
think
then
about.
and then our press box staff. A lot of our press box staff is veterans that have been around for multiple years with
Mhm.
us. Some of them more than 10 years.
Wow.
That just come back year after year and do things like our TV broadcast and
Mhm.
our PA announcing and things like that.
Very
So
cool. Very,
yeah.
very cool. So what happens behind the scenes after the season ends?
yeah, so the first thing is we've got our interns for about another week
Mhm.
right after the season ends. So the first thing is what can we get cleaned up and put away at the stadium while we still have people to help us.
Right.
So that's the very first thing is basically a cleanup couple days.
Okay.
And then from there it's all right, what went well? What didn't go well? How can we fix that stuff that didn't go well? And how can we capitalize on the stuff that did? And then we get into renewing our season tickets, renewing our sponsorships, trying to figure out new themes.
Mhm.
So we're already in that process right now.
Immediately after.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've already started all of those things.
How many is it like full-time team that's putting this all together?
Yeah. So our full-time team is just me, Dale, and Avery.
Holy buckets.
And then ownership.
Right.
So yeah, so that's our off season
Staffing.
staffing.
Small but mighty.
And so yeah, so we're all working to try to get what we can accomplished.
Mhm.
Yeah, and going from there.
That is wild. That's absolutely incredible. That being said, like I don't know if I can even be any more shocked, but what is something that people might be surprised to learn about all the work that goes into the Express throughout the year?
I don't think anybody fully realizes the hours that you put in.
Yeah.
Most people think that you show up and start working a couple hours before the game starts,
Right.
and that you leave as soon as the game ends.
It's done. Yep.
And that's totally not true.
Yeah.
I'm in the office by 9:30 every game day, regardless of when the game is.
Wow.
If it's an early game, I'm in even earlier.
Yeah. Yep.
But and then most of our games are at 6:30. So by the time you're done, it's at least 10 p.m. Sometimes if it went long, if there was a rain delay, it could be after midnight before you're leaving the park. And then you've got to go around, turn around, do it all again tomorrow. So I typically tell people 80-hour work weeks are normal in the season. And then on top of all of that, so we not only do things for our games, but we're also involved with all the concessions for all of the other games that take place at Carson Park.
Oh my goodness. Yep.
So high school, Legion, University, Cavaliers, anytime that those teams are playing, we're operating the concessions.
So the game never ends, really.
Yeah,
like
there's 150 games or so at the park, and we have someone on site for every one of those.
Holy buckets.
Yeah.
That is absolutely insane.
So I would say that the hours is probably the one thing that people would be really surprised about.
Yeah. You literally work a full shift, like a normal 8-hour shift before your
before the game, before we even have people walking in the door.
For real.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Well, props to you. That's incredible to hear. I appreciate you sharing like all of this because I've learned. There's always something to learn, but I have learned so much more than I even could have imagined about the Express. So that's awesome. What makes the Eau Claire Express an important part of summer in the Chippewa Valley?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something for everybody. There's people that'll come that aren't baseball fans, but it's something that gives them entertainment, gives them something to do with their family, to do with friends, to do with coworkers. Yeah. It can benefit just about everybody.
Yeah.
And that includes 2-year-old kids to 90-year-old adults.
Yep.
And you see that range of people coming to games.
Oh, and it's so fun.
Yeah, I would say that's what makes it an important part is just everybody can be a part of it.
Yeah, the community. And that's something that I think is just so true to Eau Claire and the Chippewa Valley in general is that community is the core and the center of why this place is so successful and growing. And we appreciate Eau Claire Express being a part of that journey.
Thank you.
All right, Jake, do you have any final thoughts or remarks that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I guess I would just say that, we appreciate all the support that we get. And if we didn't get that support, we wouldn't be able to keep doing what we're doing. So, from our community partners, sponsors, fans, season ticket holders, host families, all of that, we really appreciate what we get from the community.
Yeah. And I think the community also really appreciates you guys. So thank you for doing that. Well, thank you so, so much, Jake. I appreciate you taking the time and chit-chatting with me.
Thank you.
I want to thank our listeners as well. And thank you to our media sponsors, Home Tech by Mosaic. Join us for our next Morning Momentum on Tuesday, September 15th from 7:30 to 9 a.m., hosted by Heartworks. September is just around the corner, and with it comes Chamber of Commerce Month, a chance to shine a little extra light on chambers across Wisconsin and the businesses and people at the heart of them. Businesses like the Eau Claire Express are a great example of the connections and partnerships that strengthen our local business community and make the Chippewa Valley a great place to live, work, and play. Final thanks for a fantastic Season 3, and a reminder to stay tuned for the Season 4 premiere later this fall. Lorenzo Ineza, Business Engagement and Young Professionals Director, signing off.